Welcome to Daily Gossip. You will get daily Hollywood updates here, so remember to subscribe for the latest videos. Kaley Cuoco, one of the most beloved stars of television, known for her roles in The Big Bang Theory and The Flight Attendant, has recently sparked a firestorm across social media and tabloid headlines with jaw-dropping images surfacing from what appears to be a private tropical vacation. The buzz? A shocking and glamorous moment where Kaley was photographed in what many are calling a transparent bikini, so sheer, so bold, that fans and critics alike have flooded the internet with opinions, questions, and speculation. The phrase Kaley Cuoco wear transparent bikini in public at vacation has now become a viral keyword, dominating Google searches, TikTok commentary, Reddit forums, and Facebook gossip groups. What's the truth behind these images? Are they truly recent? And was the bikini really transparent? Or is this just another case of Hollywood sensationalism spiraling out of control? Eyewitness reports describe Kaley walking along the shoreline of an exclusive beach in Mexico, confidently glowing under the sun, holding a drink, smiling with sunglasses on, and wrapped in nothing but a sheer bikini ensemble that left very little to the imagination. At first glance, the top looked like a designer mesh piece, elegant, edgy, and revealing just enough to stir the pot. But upon closer zooms from paparazzi lenses, fans noted that under direct sunlight, the material seemed nearly see-through, especially when wet, igniting debates about whether this was a fashion-forward choice or a deliberate moment to court attention. Public reactions exploded. Instagram fan accounts reposted the photos with captions like "Queen Energy Fire" and "She's not holding back anymore," while others questioned the appropriateness, especially considering Kaley's role as a new mother. The narrative was fueled further by YouTube thumbnails with explosive titles like "Kaley Shows Too Much" and "Transparent Bikini Disaster or Style Win." Thousands of fans commented with everything from admiration of her physique to confusion over whether the photos were photoshopped or real. Meanwhile, fashion analysts began dissecting the swimwear, claiming it was likely a designer bikini made with ultra-thin layered mesh meant to create a nude illusion, not meant to be actually see-through, but instead offering the impression of bold exposure without technically violating beach norms. But that explanation didn't stop the wildfire. Online tabloids began reviving older photos from her past vacations, claiming new leaks and mixing them into the current story, confusing timelines and making the situation even murkier. Some images dated back nearly a decade, while others were potentially AI-enhanced, yet headlines refused to distinguish between verified 2025 content and past shots. Still, the public couldn't look away. Twitter threads turned into heated debates. Was this a moment of empowered self-expression from a woman who's earned her confidence and comfort in her skin? Or was this a misstep from someone always under scrutiny, trying to reclaim attention in the most provocative way possible? Regardless of interpretation, one thing was certain. Kaley Cuoco had everyone talking, and not just because of her acting talents or new motherhood glow, but because of how daring, unapologetic, and stunning she looked. The press zoomed in on every frame, every angle, every shadow. Fan edits poured in. Body positivity influencers praised her for breaking expectations of what a woman in her 30s should or shouldn't wear. Others, more conservative voices, expressed discomfort at how public the images became, especially as they were shared on platforms accessible to younger fans. And while Kaley herself stayed silent, not releasing a statement or comment on the incident, her silence only made the speculation louder. People began speculating. Was this silence strategic? Was she planning to capitalize on the buzz by launching a swimwear brand? Would this moment redefine her public image entirely? As gossip bloggers analyzed her past fashion choices, many noted that this wasn't the first time Kaley had gone bold. From red carpet gowns with plunging necklines to Instagram photos flaunting her toned figure, she's long balanced the line between elegance and edginess. But this bikini moment, this so-called transparent masterpiece, might be the most talked about yet. What started as a few photos on the beach soon morphed into an international conversation on celebrity freedom, body expression, and the blurry boundaries between private and public life in the age of the internet. Tabloids began stacking comparisons, placing Kaley's photos next to other starlets like Megan Fox, Emily Ratajkowski, and Kim Kardashian, asking, who wore the most daring beachwear of 2025? And guess what? Kaley was winning the polls. Not just because of the bikini, but because of the story, the confidence, and the unapologetic way she carried herself in the face of massive media frenzy. Her fans defended her fiercely, launching hashtags like #KaleyCanSlay and #SheerPower, while others speculated that a major magazine cover or swimsuit campaign might be in the works. Even fashion houses chimed in, suggesting that Kaley may have just started a trend that would dominate summer 2026. Articles with titles like Kaley Cuoco, New Face of Fearless Fashion, and Sheer Bikinis Are Back, thanks to Kaley, circulated online, driving clicks and fueling the moment. Whether intentional or accidental, Kaley Cuoco had captured the world's attention not through a role, a show, or a headline scandal, but through a bikini that may or may not have been transparent, but was undeniably unforgettable. And as the photos continue to circulate, the debate rages on, proving once again that in the world of Hollywood glamour and daily gossip, a single vacation photo can change everything. Subscribe now to Daily Gossip for part 2 of this explosive reveal, because you won't believe what happens next. As the internet continued buzzing with non-stop speculation and viral reposts, the narrative around Kaley Cuoco's so-called transparent bikini shifted from a moment of fashion shock to a full-blown media case study in celebrity image control, public perception, and the ever-expanding power of visual storytelling in the digital age. With each passing hour, the photos were analyzed like rare artifacts, zoomed into pixel by influencers, fashion bloggers, and even AI detection software to determine whether the bikini truly revealed more than it should. Entire YouTube channels dedicated 20-minute deep dive episodes to the angles, comparing shadow lines, lighting effects, and fabric sheerness under moisture exposure. One creator claimed the image was 90% illusion, 10% exposure, while another swore the bikini was so transparent it should be considered a scandal. As expected, fans were torn. Some argued Kaley was simply enjoying her vacation, not responsible for how paparazzi distorted the narrative. Others were convinced it was a calculated move, a PR strategy perhaps designed to revive her name in entertainment cycles amid a lull in major acting projects. Even respected industry insiders began chiming in. One former TV showrunner wrote on X, formerly Twitter, "Kaley knows the game. She's not a rookie. Every stitch on a celeb's body on a beach vacation is approved, styled, and intentioned. Don't be fooled." This only added more fire to the argument that the bikini wasn't just clothing, it was a statement. But what was that statement? Was it that a woman in her 30s, newly a mother, could still be bold and sexy? Was it a subtle rebellion against the expectations placed on actresses once they transition from starlet to parent? Or was it something deeper, a coded message about embracing one's body in any stage of life, regardless of how the public might perceive it? Kaley herself didn't confirm or deny anything, but fans pointed to previous interviews where she'd spoken about body image, self-love, and dealing with judgment in the spotlight. One clip from a 2021 red carpet resurfaced where she said, "I've learned to stop apologizing for feeling good in my skin." If that makes anyone uncomfortable, they can scroll past. That quote alone was reposted thousands of times as a subtle defense against the criticism she was now facing. Meanwhile, the fashion industry seized the moment. Designer swimwear brands started posting similar designs with tags like Kaley-inspired mesh elegance and sheer illusion swim sets, using the viral moment as an unofficial endorsement. Online retailers reported a spike in mesh panel bikini sales within days of the photo leak. Suddenly, what was once a scandal was becoming a trend, and Kaley, whether she intended to or not, was at the center of it. Major fashion publications ran think pieces titled, "How Kaley Cuoco Changed Swimwear This Summer," and "From Big Bang to Bikini Queen, Kaley's Style Evolution." And let's not forget the online backlash, because with every wave of praise comes a storm of criticism. Detractors claimed she was setting a bad example, especially with so many younger fans watching. "She's a mom now, cover up," read one comment that received thousands of likes. Others lashed out at the media itself for over-sexualizing a beach moment. Can a woman not go on vacation without being dissected head to toe? asked one viral tweet. The debate was relentless, polarizing, and exhausting, but also the exact kind of content the daily gossip era thrives on. Because no matter what side you're on, you're still watching, still sharing, still talking. And Kaley Cuoco? She was winning the attention economy, whether by design or by coincidence. As the story reached peak saturation, parody accounts joined in. Memes flooded Instagram. TikTok creators reenacted Kaley's walk down the beach in sheer cover-ups and comedic commentary. Even late-night TV hosts joked about it, turning it into a pop culture punchline. But the true power of this moment wasn't in the mockery, it was in the spotlight. Because no matter how anyone felt, everyone knew Kaley Cuoco was suddenly the name on everyone's lips. And just when things seemed to calm, a new wave of intrigue began. Fans noticed that Kaley had updated her Instagram bio with a quote that read, "Sunlight reveals what shade never could." Cryptic? Definitely. Intentional? Probably. Was it a nod to the controversy, or just an inspirational quote? The internet couldn't decide, but the timing was suspiciously perfect. Comments exploded with fans asking, "Is this about the bikini?" And others replying, "Queen behavior." Soon, celebrities joined the conversation. One of Kaley's former co-stars posted a supportive message on Threads saying, "Your glow is unstoppable. Haters are just squinting in the brightness." Kaley reposted it to her story with a heart emoji, her only public engagement with the narrative to date. That single action was enough to reignite headlines. Kaley breaks her silence and confirmed she knows she broke the internet. Of course, it wasn't really a statement. But when it comes to celebrity gossip, silence is never just silence. It's a strategy, and every like, story share, or emoji is seen as a move in the PR chessboard. Ultimately, what does this tell us about fame, fashion, and the fine line between personal and public? It tells us that in 2025, one beach moment can create a cultural ripple that outpaces any movie premiere or TV finale. It tells us that the female body, especially when photographed without consent, is still a battlefield for discourse, desire, and dissection. It tells us that Kaley Cuoco, whether planned or not, reminded the world that she isn't just a sitcom star or a media personality. She's an icon capable of setting a conversation ablaze. And in doing so, she opened a window into the evolving standards of beauty, boldness, and freedom for women in entertainment. Transparent bikini or not, what the world really saw was a woman in her element, confident, radiant, and unapologetically herself. So, what's next for Kaley Cuoco? Will she address the photos in an upcoming interview? Is a brand deal on the horizon? Or will she continue to let the world speculate while she lives her best life, letting the waves of gossip crash and fade behind her? Only time will tell. But for now, the legend of the transparent bikini lives on, and with it, the undeniable reminder that in Hollywood, even a day at the beach can become a headline heard around the world. Subscribe now to Daily Gossip for more jaw-dropping Hollywood updates, glamorous controversies, and exclusive deep dives into the lives of your favorite stars. You won't want to miss what we uncover next.